boys and girls. The Red Eagle Airsports Team is high over your left shoulder. Let's see if we can talk to Dan McClung. What they do. They're going to give you a short demonstration of the kind of aerobatics that you will see the Red Eagle Airsports Team performing for you. High up over the top they go in a Humpty Bump maneuver. They turn the aircraft around, aligning with the show center line, speed building rapidly up over 200 miles an hour as they side by side, just inches apart. Billy Werth and his pit specialist 2B in the lead. On his wing is Dan McClung in the Talon Eagle, the red aircraft, as they perform a great big barrel roll right at show center. This is the Red Eagle Airsports Team, proudly sponsored by PPG Aerospace, where smart solutions take flight. The glistening paint that you see on these aircraft, that's PPG aircraft paint. That's why it looks so good. Back to show center, a great big 4.5G loop, side by side, inches apart as they go on up over the top of the loop. Dan McClung is the team leader and pilot of the Talon Eagle, the red aircraft. He got to start flying airplanes for the United States Navy. He has over 38 years of professional flying. Now watch carefully as they pull up toward the vertical, straight up away from the earth. They're going to simultaneously kick those left rudders and pivot the aircraft around in the hammerhead turns. Now watch, quarter roll as they crisscross right at show center. Billy Werth, the opposing solo pilot. He's going to be coming in from the right. He grew up in an Air Force family. He's been around airplanes his whole life. Today he is an owner in Greyout Aerosports, located in Indianapolis, Indiana. Teaching people to fly aerobatics, taking them for rides that they've never had in their lives before. Left and right, they're heading straight toward each other. Their closure speed is over 400 miles an hour. Let's see if we can listen in as Dan calls the brake. That's Dan McClung calling signals to his partner, Billy Werth, over there on the left.
Coming down, Billy.
Coming down. The next
on the mark.
Going to go on the track when they see each other. Spacing as they head straight toward each other. Let's listen. Yeah, beautifully done. Okay, that's Dan McClung, also on the left-hand side. He's going to give you some solo aerobatics. Right now he's going to turn back in, get some energy, because he's going to need it. Rolling and rolling and rolling that aircraft through the sky. A tremendous rate of roll in this biplane as he pulls the nose on up and over the top of that very, very tiny little loop. Lots of power and lots of thrust off of that propeller on that elevator to flip it around in that very, very tiny loop. Now here comes Billy Werth. Lots of energy. He's going to pull the nose on up through the vertical, on up over the top, and watch what happens on the top of this loop. He tumbles across the top of the loop. A loop with a roll or a tumble or a snap roll on top. The British call that an avalanche. We call it exciting. And a loop with tumbles on top by Billy Werth as he exits very low and very fast to the left. Coming in right behind him, Dan McClung with lots of speed that he'll use for vertical flight. He's going straight up. Now watch as he uses the flight controls to roll that aircraft and roll it as he continues straight vertically. Now the engine is twisting the Red Eagle around itself as he flies backwards in the torque roll. Dan calls this the torque eagle. The engine actually twisting the eagle around itself as he tumbles right straight down coming out of it. On up into the long, delirious, burning blue he goes once again, tumbling off the top of the reverse Cuban 8s. Okay, now watch carefully as Dan heads in from the left. Holding it at knife edge flight, and you proudly see PPG aerospace painted on the bottom of the lower wing of the one-of-a-kind Talon Eagle. It's the only single-place crested eagle that's flying in the world today. Very, very highly modified. There they head straight toward each other. That's Billy Werth rising up out of the dirt to attack his leader, Dan McClung, in the Red Eagle. Now, they're going to get these airplanes back together again. We're going to give them a second just to get within a few feet of each other, and then we're going to try to go to the cockpit once again to talk to Dan McClung. Dan, I know you're busy right now, but when you get a second, can you give us a word?
Larry, Red, we can give you a bunch of words today because it's Memorial Day. The day we're celebrating all the veterans that went before us that gave us our freedom. And let's not ever forget that. While the men and women are currently serving, are giving their lives and taking a risk for this wonderful country. So Billy and I, both veterans of the Navy and the Air Force, we'd like to say to all the veterans out there, all the people who have defended our freedom before us and died for this great country, thank you. So Larry, we'll leave it with you. God bless you all. God bless America. We're the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh.
And that's the land of the free because of the brave. Okay, you're coming inbound, guys. Have some fun. Watch what happens as they come in. They're coming downhill now, picking up speed. They'll be well over 200 miles an hour. Dan McClung is going to roll the Talon Eagle upside down. He's going to push that nose on up into the vertical, and right alongside of him is going to be Billy Werth. Pull it back on the stick, positive G's and negative G's. As they go into the vertical, watch the smoke trails as they separate right at show center. You can check out Red Eagle Airsports on Facebook. You can friend them if you will, please. You can also see videos on the Red Eagle Airsports YouTube channel. And if you just want to do it the old-fashioned way, you can check them out at www.redeagleairsports.com. Okay, that new break that they had separated those two aircraft, so they have a good interval now. They'll be setting up for their landings in just a moment.
Free as we'll ever be. Yes. Just as free.
Okay, our Red Eagle is on the ground. Billy Werth in his Pitts Special S2B, the biplane that's won more aerobatic contests than any other aircraft in the world, is going to be touching down in just a moment. They'll be taxiing back to their parking area, and you will get a chance to see their full show coming up a little bit later on at Millville. What a great day we have for an air show. Howdy. What can you tell me, buddy?
How many years we've been doing this?
Oh, Lord, I've been doing it 35 years, and you're about 35 years old, so I guess I started when you were being born.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do.
Howdy, McCann. Put your ass together. He's a great announcer. He's going to keep you entertained all afternoon. Let's
Larry lies well, but that's okay. Larry and I have been working together about, I know we've been working together for 15 years at least.